Hello and welcome to Snipes Castle, the U.S. Navy Sailors Podcast. I'm your host, Senior Chief Darryl Starks, retired. I have another great shipmate of mine I'm going to interview from my first ship. I transferred in, I believe, 1995 off the USS Kidd DDG 993, now in the service of Taiwan. They still got that old rust bucket going. So it's been close to 30 years since we've last spoken. A few announcements I would like to go over first. If you don't mind, I'd like to go over some uh what do they got here. Okay. All right. First, I'd like to say congratulations to LSC, SW, AW, IW, EXW, SCW, and everything under the kitchen sink, Chantel Russell, on her retirement on February 23rd. Now, we sure she didn't miss Navy SEAL in that title? I mean, she got everything else but Navy SEAL in there, all right? You think she's General MacArthur or something. I wasn't able to attend, but my gift is on the way. All right. I would also like to share with you a gift I sent to our shipmate QMC SWAW, Jeffrey Bartlett, who retires soon on March 22nd. All right. I'd like to share that with y'all. All right. I sent him um, this telescope. This is a QM, looking ahead, looking at the stars. All right. Got his retirement March 22nd, 2024, ships he served on, and from your shipmate for life, Senior Chief Dow L. Stocks, retired. All right, so give it up for QMCS Bartlett, who will be retiring on March 22nd. All right, and let me get back out of here, go back to one man. All right, and retirement is in the air. All right, we have Master Chief Corey Jones, Lieutenant Commander Eves Emilius, formerly GSEC. Chief Emilius coming. Those retirements are coming. I'm planning, but if I don't make it, all right, rest assured the gift is on the way. All right, I am planning. Now let me bring in my shipmate from my first ship, the USS Kidd. This is his one and only ship. Give it up for our shipmate, Navy veteran, the former GSE3 Christian Hutchinson. Give it up for our shipmate here. Yeah. what's going on?
How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Yeah, since I got my son here, he do all this stuff. Okay. Okay, there you go. Finally. All right, how you doing? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good. What where are you originally from?
Right now I'm in Rockville, Maryland. I'm from Maryland, so
You from
I grew up
Maryland?
grew up Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Okay, all
Did
right.
my time in the Navy, and then came back to Maryland.
Yeah. So tell me, why did you join the Navy? What got in your mind to say, "Hey, I'm gonna join the Navy"?
The Marines are closed that day.
So what?
So I said the Marines are closed that day.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. I I knew I wasn't going to college. I knew I wasn't doing that. So it was on. Actually, I went into the recruitment center. You know, they got all four branches in there, and
Yeah.
honestly, I was walking up. I went into the Marine office, and there was nobody there. So I left, and the Navy was right next to it. So I dropped in there and talked to them, and the rest is history.
That's crazy. I went recruiting twice. And
Mhm.
we always had our office man. It was always our office was always man. And just that one, that time the office closed. Yeah. And that happens too. That happens too. Yeah, your office is closed. I joined the Marines. Yeah, it happens. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, it was for the better. They wouldn't have liked me, and I wouldn't have liked them. So worked out.
uh you remember when you got the MEPS with jobs you were offered?
So, I had no idea what was happening. You know, I went to NUPS and did the whole thing, and I took the ASVAB. So after I'm going around doing all the physical stuff, and then my recruiter comes and gets me, and he was gone. He would drop me off and left. The Met
Yeah.
station is in Baltimore, which is like an hour away. So he would drop me off and left.
Right.
So he comes and pulls me out midway through, like I'm doing walking, for the flat foot thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And he pulls me out and says, come with me. And shit, I'm thinking, well, this is it. Like maybe I must have failed the test or whatever. But no, he pulled me in, and he actually had my dad on the phone, and he was like, I got your dad here. I want to talk to you about this and that, whatever. So I got a 91 on the ASVAB, which I
Oh
didn't know
man.
much about, but
Yeah.
they were pulling me into the nuke program.
Yeah.
And he said, all the belt, all the money and the signing bonus, and you get this and you get that and all this. So, and honestly, my dad was on there, kind of convinced me to do it, talked me into
Yeah.
doing it. So I actually signed up for the nuke program to be a nuclear, electrician. And so I had to go in MEPS, in delayed entry, for, it was probably, I guess because I was supposed to go in January 7th into, and January 1st, playing basketball, I broke my ankle.
Oh.
And so playing, that was how stupid I was, playing outside, the snow on the ground, and I'm playing basketball. So I broke my ankle. We have these courts near me. They're like 9-foot rims. So I was actually going up for a dunk and got undercut, and yeah. So I go to the recruiter, say I can't go in, in 7 days, obviously, and he's upset. He was pretty pissed at me,
Oh
and
yeah.
because he had
Yeah.
like they got a their office they got an office party. I think he got a bonus. I don't know. There was a lot into it.
For to put
I
in,
think,
nukes are rare. Nukes are rare.
yeah,
To get in the Navy. So, he's like, got all them bonus points and stuff like that. Now you
yeah,
can count like 2 people against him. you,
right.
when he lose a person, he got to put in 2 more people just to replace you.
Yeah. So I was like, he was like, well, you can wait, but it was going to be 18 months, and I was like, I'm not waiting that long. I'm going to go in as soon as possible. So my recruiter actually told me to go in undesignated. At that time, he had just kind of written me off. He was like, just go in undesignated. Then you could just pick your job. And he was making that sound good. And I was like, hold on, before you told me undesignated isn't a good thing. And he was like, no, it's better. It's better. He was just done with me, I think. So
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
another guy that came in and in the office that came in. He just opened the book and was like, this and this, da, 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 what do you like doing, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, try this GSE. And that was it.
Yeah, that recruiter, yeah, he's percent, yeah.
Yeah,
Now he's trying to say
he
your
was documenting me.
designation.
He used to take me out. He used to take me out for steak dinners and all kinds of stuff. And that was it. I was persona non grata after that.
He probably wouldn't give you a menu off the dollar, some off the dollar menu.
Not at all.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of recruiting points right there. Yeah, so you chose GSE. All right. Now, after A school, you were stationed on the USS Kidd.
Yeah,
You remember in A school the dream sheet. You remember the dream sheet? Would you put on your
yeah.
dream sheet?
I put Norfolk, and then I honestly I don't know. I go back and forth whether it was dumb or not because that was closest to home. It's literally a 3.5 hour trip
Yeah,
home.
yeah,
So that's what I was thinking. That'd be closer to home. Since then I've been to different places, and I'm like, shit, maybe I should have done that.
yeah, yeah. Same thing here. I actually when I came, it was Charleston was available, and I
Yeah.
was the only one that requested Charleston in my entire A school class. And then I get Norfolk and everybody else get Charleston. I'm like, boy, that damn detailer, man. He know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember who was in the shop when you checked on board? You remember when you checked on board?
I do because that. So I came on. I remember this because I came on a Sunday, and it was dead. Like everybody was gone, and it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
Davis. It was Davis and Tim Jackson. I don't remember Davis's first name, but it was Davis and Tim Jackson
yeah.
were there, and they were giving how much I was going to hate life, and everything. But the thing is, they told me it was a Sunday, and I think they told me I think it was Wednesday we're going to St. Croix, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like this is great. Like I was scared. I was obviously scared and was worried and all this stuff. Like, I'd never been on a ship before. Never, I've never even been on a cruise. Nothing. I think I've been on a riverboat fishing. That was about it. And so I got on, and they were like, "Yeah, we're going to St. Croix on Wednesday." And I was like, "Damn, okay, I can do
The first 72 hours always a hate
this."
life. Oh man, that's funny. Oh my goodness. So every time people would start, okay. All right. One of our most memorable moments, all right, on the USS Kidd. All right. When we was on the Kidd, I mean, hazing was like, rampant. It was like
Yeah,
rampant. I mean,
yeah,
guys used to go down the berth, and I mean, we used to wrestle. And I remember that water fountain,
yeah,
always getting banged up, beaten up. Everybody
yeah.
used to slam into that water fountain. The panel fell off. Them always going to the lockers and stuff. Were you there when Cousins bought the boxing gloves? Were you there when Cousins bought the boxing gloves down the Berthen?
I don't remember that.
You remember? Okay. Cousins got kicked out. I think he already got kicked out by then. But this HT3 named Cousins, he had brought dang boxing gloves down there. And I mean, during lunchtime, we used to go at it and beat the shit out of each other. And you remember Chief Andrews, right? You remember Chief Andrews?
Yeah, yep, yep.
Yeah, Chief Andrews came down there and caught us boxing. And he took the gloves. He's like, what are y'all crazy? Beating
Yeah.
the hell out of each other down there.
At least it wasn't
But I
rock.
remember, yeah, man. But I remember this, and this is true story right here. True sea story. All right. We was down in Berthen that day. I think we had duty that day. And it was me and Cole. Me and Cole, you remember Cole, right? You remember Cole?
Yeah, I think I know what you're
And
getting
then me, you, Cole, we start wrestling. And then it turned out bad. It was almost like you fell and I had your head and it fell into the ground. It was almost like a DDT,
at. Yeah.
and I was like, oh my gosh. And then we saw you getting carted off, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the end for you and me, Cole. Cole started crying,
Really?
it's like, boy, we out of here, boy. We probably going to the break, Cole. And
So you got to go
and
slow
just
because go ahead, go.
yeah, go ahead.
It's funny that because a lot of this has come up recently. There's a lot of stuff about that you don't know, because there's a lot of stuff I don't know. I don't remember a
Mhm.
lot of it.
Yeah.
Um, do you remember Vaughn?
Yeah, I
He was
remember Vaughn. He had like
okay.
McDonald's 2 weeks when we was underway.
Yeah, he was a young kid, right? And
Yeah,
I think he came in, towards the end of when I was there. Well, I know he
yeah,
did
yeah,
because we had that. I think I told you about. We had that reunion a couple months ago down in Virginia Beach,
yeah.
and he popped up. Bourne was there, so Bourne was
Hmm.
communicating with him, but Vaughn popped up. None of us remembered him. He looks completely different.
Yeah, yeah.
He's twice
You
the
know,
size he was.
he came on. He got stationed on the ship while I was transferring,
Right.
and I was like, man, I'm trying to picture your face, man, but you look totally
Doesn't look.
freaking different.
Yeah, yeah. He looks completely different. So he actually brought up that incident,
Hmm.
and it had slipped my mind. It's a pretty wild story, my part of it, but I'll let you finish your part of it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I remember we wrestling. We got you in the headlock. Your head went into the freaking deck and shit. We and Cole was so freaking freaked out and shit. We so freaked out. And then we saw you because we was on a helo hanger watching you getting across. Like, God. And then, our names get passed over to 1MC when you was gone. And just before that, I think a message that came out about hazing. They ain't gonna be no more hazing because they used to damn tack on people crows, beat the hell out of them and shit.
Right.
And I'm like, God, that. So we go in there, and I can't remember the Chang name because he was the CDO. The Chang was the CDO that night,
It was.
and we went. I can't. You remember his name?
Was it? It was after Langham Dance, right? It was. Yeah, no, I don't remember. The
I
short
know he
black
had
dude.
black hair. He had a black hair. He's a cool guy. I can't not remember that guy's name. I remember Ensign Watt's name. I remember him, the
Oh yeah,
MPA.
that's
But
a
I
different.
cannot remember
When
that
I was there, it
Chang.
was Lang Dance, and then the other guy, the short black dude who came on. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was MPA. That was MPA. I don't remember who was there after Lang Dance.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I don't remember.
but we went and sat down with the Chang, and he didn't even yell at us. He was talking with us. He's like, "What happened?" We tell him what happened, and we said we was freaked out. Cole was crying. I about to start crying, man. I was like, God, man, I expect that to happen. And he's like, now you see, he's like, hey, about hazing. And I was like, I'll never do that again. Never do it again.
I mean,
And
I'm
he
not
loved
sure
us.
it was Asian because it was more we're just goofing around. I don't think I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember a lot of it. I remember, like I said, I'll get into what I remember of it because my story is completely,
Go
my
ahead,
part
go
of it
ahead,
is
go
completely
ahead with
lost.
your story. Go ahead,
So,
go ahead.
so I, I vaguely remember, like real vaguely remember, us wrestling. I don't, honestly, I don't remember anything after that. So what happened was, I got this from nurses and stuff. They heloed me to DePaul Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't even know where that was. It's not even open anymore. That hospital anymore. And I spent a day or two in that hospital, and then went. They took me to Portsmouth. And honestly, that's pretty much where I woke up was in Portsmouth. Like I don't remember being in. When I woke up in Portsmouth, I had the hospital gown on from DePaul, and I was like, what is this? And they were like, well, that's where you went first. And that's the only way I knew that I was at that other place. And so I was in Portsmouth for I think like a day or two, and they were just, whatever. I remember they had the thing up my nose, the what do you call it? They put
Yeah,
the tube up my nose,
yeah, yeah.
and I just kept ripping it out. That's the most I think I can remember. I just kept ripping that thing because I hated it, and I just kept ripping it out. But yeah, I was in Portsmouth for like, I don't know, maybe a day or two. They were a couple days, whatever. They were um, just watching me, and they let me go. And you guys were out when I left there. You guys, the ship was gone. I don't know, I think it was Sea Charles or whatever it was. The
Yeah.
ship went out, and they were like, all right, go ahead, you're released. And I was like, where do I go? I didn't know, so I drove back home to home, and I was driving to my mom's house, and I drove. It's 3.5, 4 hours to get here. I drove up, get home, go get home, knock on the door, and someone answered the door. It's not my mom. It was my childhood home. It was a home I grew up in,
Uh-huh.
but my mom had been moved like years before that, and it freaked me out because I was like, I think that I'm okay, everything's all right, but I really wasn't. So I was like, holy crap! And so I drove back down to Norfolk, go to Virginia Beach, and got a hotel, and waited there. I think for however many days till the ship got back in. But yeah, it was wild, and I think I've told that story a couple times over the years, but that part I remember, but you and Cole, I didn't remember until Vaughn. We met up with Vaughn, and he was like, I remember, because you were wrestling with Cole and Starks, and I was like, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that day I was like, oh my God. And like if we had done that in the day's Navy, shit, we've been out the door. We've been out the door, man. I mean, we would have got kicked out like that. We've been off the ship that same day. You know, we done such thing. But I'm serious. He sat us down. The way he talked to us, he ain't yell at us. He just, talked to us. And I mean, the way he was talking to us, man. Oh my, it was heartfelt. You shouldn't have done this. You remember the message that came out? We was like, yeah. And man, oh my gosh, we felt so bad. Oh my goodness. And then, they when we was out to sea, they was, saying, giving you updates on what, was going on with you and stuff like that. Gosh, man, it felt so bad. And then you came back on like nothing ever happened. Like nothing ever happened.
There was nothing back
because killed you. Yeah, we almost killed you, and you came back on like it was all good. Nothing ever happened.
Like it was nothing.
You were smiling. I'm like, God damn.
I mean, I always be. But what's funny is because when I met up with those, when we met up down there, North, it was me, it was Waldorf. Remember Brian Waldorf?
Yeah.
Hurlburt, Luganbill, and Bourne. Waldorf, yeah, and none of them guys. I don't think any of those guys remembered that. Like it wasn't, it wasn't a big deal. To me, it was a big deal, but like I don't think, none of them remembered that.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, I think that's how it was back then. You didn't, rub dirt on it, that kind of thing.
Yeah. You just kept moving. Like I said, a day, shit, man. We went off that ship today, getting ready to process for dishonorable discharge. I'm like everything. I mean, they just treat it like, okay, yeah, it's bad. Okay. It's bad, right? Yeah, okay. All right. But yeah, man, the way, man, I wish I could remember that Chang name. I can't remember his name. Cannot remember his name.
So actually, you in your intro, you said that you got off the Kidd in '95, and because here's the thing. What's funny is after talking to Vaughn down there, because we were trying to think of his timeline. I couldn't remember because none of us could remember him, and I felt bad. We all felt real bad because then we kind of joked about it and probably made him feel worse afterwards. But because literally none of us could remember him, and then Luganbill made it worse by just he kept. Vaughn showed up and was like, "I remember Hutch, Luganbill," and he named each one of us, and we were like, "Who the hell are you?" And Luganbill, and he's explaining, and Luganbill, and then he went through this whole thing to Luke about how he shaped his career and shaped his life and how important and this and that, and Bob was like, "Dude, I don't know who the hell you are." and then we go to the next bar, and we went separate from him, and we were all like, I was like, "Bob, this guy, he kind of worships you, he kind of, or at least back then he did, Vaughn's done pretty damn good for himself." But back then, I was like, he kind of worships you, he's this and that. And he's like, "Was I really that hard on him?" And we were like, "Yes, you were. It was bad." And then Vaughn gets there, and Bob was like, "I still don't remember who you are." I was like, "Just rub it in first." But he was telling me about it. So I actually, that kind of sparked my thing. So I'm actually going through stuff with the VA now. But I pulled up. Because like I said, I didn't remember. I couldn't even remember when it was. I know it happened, but I couldn't even remember when it was. But the records of it that they have are from early '96.
Early '96.
Yeah.
Nah, that I left the Kidd 1990. Yeah, I left the Kidd in '95. I gotta look at my paddle. But yeah, I left in '95, so it was way before that.
See, that's how they do.
I think it's before. You remember Master Chief Crawford, right? You remember Master Chief Crawford when he was on there. It's before. It's before he even got there. So I mean, this is like that was way before '96.
So I've been prepped because see. That's what we're trying to get at because Vaughn, the time when he said he got on, timeline from him because we were like, we don't remember, and he remembered Watts, and then Luganville said no, Watts had been gone, blah blah blah. So that's what it's so we're all old and it's so long ago. None of us really remember the date specifically. But I got the thing because I got out in '96. I got out in November '96. I got I've been trying to since then trying to get actually honestly talking to Vaughn, I've been trying to get my record, and that's the only thing I can get. The one thing the one correspondent whatever that they have it is '96. February '96 that it happened.
Yeah. That happened way before '96. I was like that. They put that in '96. I was gone. '96.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened way before '96. Because I remember, like I said, I can't remember that Chang name. I can remember Mr. Watts. The devil.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's crazy. But but I can understand why Luganville or nobody can remember Vaughn because he came on. What ship was that?
So we're not that bad.
Yeah. Because he came. What ship was I on? Man, I forgot. Was it the Porter? I think it was the Porter. Yeah, it had to have been the Porter. I think because I was about to leave. I just made chief, and he came on as a first. And he's like, "Hey, what's up, Dal? What's up, Dal?" I'm like, "Who the hell are you?" We was on the Kidd together. I'm like,
well, I don't feel so bad
man.
now because
I do not remember you. I do not remember you. And he's like, "Man, we was on the Kidd together. We did this, we did that." And I'm like, God damn, I felt bad. I felt bad. I'm like, damn, I do not remember this dude. Now I remember Vaughn when I first got there, but I don't remember him. But his face done changed and everything. Because I was like, man, I remember a lot of people, man, but I do not remember you. And then he came back on the ship as a chief on one of the inspection teams or whatnot. And I was like, bro, I was like, my bad, man. But gosh, man, maybe that when Luganville set me under the damn generator, changed that damn foot valve, all that synthetic oil got in my mouth. Maybe that's what got my memory bad. But I do not remember you, Vaughn, at all.
I tell you,
and that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, Vaughn.
Yeah,
he has a good memory, but he must have one of those faces that you just don't remember. Because I'm glad I'm not the only one, and we weren't the only ones. But it was funny because we were sitting in this we were sitting in this bar down there, Virginia Beach. We were sitting around watching the football game, college game, and he walks in, and I'm kind of facing him, facing the entrance, and he goes like this to me, and I'm like, who's he talking to? But then he comes down and sits down at our table, and all of us are like, who the hell are you? What are you doing? And he's like, hey, Luganville, Hutch, Waldorf, and he named us all, and we were like, dude, the serial killer? Like, he knows all of us. Like, he's done his. But Bourne was with us, and he was like, yeah, I called him, and he's cut this and that. So, I mean, luckily Bourne knew him, and it was all right after that. But we felt bad, but I don't feel so bad now because it was only a couple of years. It sounds like that you forgot about him.
Yeah, man. Like I said, came on there. I was like, gosh, boy, I do not remember this guy. Do not remember. And he's like the only one I don't remember. I'm like, gosh, man. For all of you, I can remember him. Now, I want you to talk about, since, first ship USS Kidd to now, you probably, know a little bit, but the Navy now, shoot, when I was at it, they gave a 2-drink minimum. You can only drink 2 drinks when you was in foreign ports.
Really?
That a 2-drink maximum. 2-drink maximum. All right. Now I want you to talk about the Liberty ports when we pulled in the Liberty ports. You remember your first port, St. Croix, right?
Yeah, St. Croix. So I to tell you the truth, I don't know even how many people remember this because I didn't drink back then. Yeah. I didn't drink when I was on the ship. But I mean, I was, I think, dumb enough. anyway. I didn't need the alcohol to do it. But no, you know what I remember specifically was what would drive me crazy when we got to port, because it's like I said, the first one St. Croix, boom, everybody's going. Every port we pulled in, within a couple hours, everybody knew where either the strip club was or the red light district.
Yeah.
Every single time, and that would drive me nuts because I didn't like it. I wasn't in the strip clubs. I'd rather just go to a club and we have fun or whatever. And again, I did plenty of dumb shit, but I think because I remember, I think it was Greece. When we pulled into Greece, we just everybody goes to either the like I said, the red light district or the strip club. The first I think St. Croix, it was like a big. I remember it was like a big round bar. And I'm sitting at the bar again. Don't drink, so I'm getting a soda, eating a lollipop or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't into strippers. They come and sit on you and they're like clammy and I'm like get away. I don't have I never had a problem with women, and I would rather meet them myself and let's go to I had more fun going to the clubs and going to the whatever and doing that. But it just seemed like right of passage, like you have to, like that's a box you have to check every port. You got to go to either the strip club or the red light district or both.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing
and the one thing before I got on the kid, I never drunk. And shoot, man, them guys is like, boy, you need to drink. You need to start drinking. I'm like, God damn, turn me into a damn alcoholic. To the point. I mean, I was drinking a lot, and when I realized, I was like, yo, man, I think it's time for me to stop. Is when we was out partying one night in Virginia Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I started blacking out, man. And then I woke up the next day on the ship in my rack. And I'm like, how the hell did I get here? I go outside to look for my car. I'm like, where the hell my car at? I don't even know where my car at. And so them boys
you
had
remember
to take me to Virginia Beach.
You remember Kinakatar Bijou?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, a little crazy. Yeah. I had a blast with him in St. Croix and him and Holmes, the EM.
Holmes.
That dude was a drunk. Yeah, I had a blast with them, and they drank between the two of them. They drank enough for all of us, and probably 5 more.
Oh yeah.
So there was a couple of nights I carried Bijou because he was a little guy, but he drank a lot.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. They turned him to an alcoholic, man. They turned him into an alcoholic. He never used to drink. They turned him to an alcoholic. Me and Holmes, I forgot. I think we was in Mexico. Somewhere. We was somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And as me and Holmes on watch, we was anchored out and they was bringing us water. And I fell asleep in CCS, right? I fell asleep in CCS. So when I woke up, the damn freshwater alarm was going off. We lost pressure to the whole ship. And I'm like, calling Holmes on a damn 2JV. Holmes. I'm like, oh gosh, we about to get rolled up. So I finally screamed in CCS, Holmes, where are you? Wake up, where are you at? Holmes come running from behind the damn pack. What's going on? He was sleeping behind the pack.
That was a crazy.
You gotta be kidding me. We was both sleeping in CCS. I didn't even know he was back behind the pack. That's my equipment monitor, sleeping behind the pack. I'm like, man, you gotta go check fresh water, man. Boy, Holmes is crazy, boy. Holmes is smart.
He was smart as hell. Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah.
He was smart as hell, but yeah, he was wild as. He didn't belong in the military. He didn't like authority and none of that stuff. I remember, I don't know how many times he showed up. He would show up in the morning drunk and his boots unlaced and tongue flopping out and everything. Yeah, he was not meant for the military.
Yeah, I remember we was going through that, going through all those inspections, and then they needed a mess crank. Our engineer got to supply a mess crank, and then I think they sent Holmes for a third time, and Holmes was like, "Okay, 30-day vacation." At that time, everybody wanted to go mess cranking and shit, right? Shit, get the hell out of there! It's like it's going crazy, boy. We working late nights. That was crazy. Was you wasn't there for Master Chief Wade, right? Was you there for Master Chief Wade? That's the Black Master Chief. I think you came after Master Chief Wade. You was there for Master Chief Crawford though. Taz used to call him Taz.
Crawford.
Used to flip out.
Yeah, and farting all over the place.
Yeah. Always saying Jesus fucking. My God damn. Boy, we learned some bad habits from them dudes, man.
Yeah.
But like
Crawford's actually the one that I told you that he didn't block me from re-upping, but he just basically told me not to. He told me he wasn't going to recommend me.
Was it Crawford?
Yeah.
It was Master Chief. Explain. Okay, explain. He said he was the what?
GSEMC.
Yeah, GSMC,
yeah.
GSCM.
Yeah, but he was a GSE.
What was that? What was that? Why did he block you? I don't understand.
Because I was a pain in his ass. I mean, that's all it was. I annoyed the crap out of him.
So he actually blocked you from re-enlisting.
I mean, he did not like so my time was coming up and I wasn't thinking, and then I was like, I don't remember if it was a signing bonus or it was something that was offered. And so then I was thinking about it. And so we went to we were in the quartermaster office, and I forget who it was that I had to talk to, so that and they brought him in because he just said, I'm not recommending this. I'm not recommending it. And then it was just me and him, and he was like, I don't think that you want to, but I'm not going to approve it. And
wow.
I was okay. I mean, I wasn't sold on it, and I mean, there's times I go back and forth. A lot of like now, I think now it would have been nice to stay in, but then who knows? I mean, I've done plenty of stuff since and whatever. But yeah, I was I mean, I kind of I think I went my job now, and my job I've kind of always been the same person. So yeah, I was a pain in his ass, and
I never knew that. Yeah, I never knew that. It was him, Master Chief Crawford, that blocked your re-enlistment. That's crazy. Yeah, I never think he'd do it. Yeah, man, he must be really didn't like you.
The thing is, it's not that I don't think he didn't like me. It just I was a pain in the ass, and that he just kind of less headache for him. Maybe he didn't have all those gray hairs back then. I don't know if you remember when we were. I don't know if it was during the med cruise. At some point, they put out a thing that a notice that we couldn't go to Midrats or well, I ate Midrats then, but go to eat with coveralls on. And we couldn't have coveralls on. On the mess deck.
Yeah.
And I was like, when we went for Midrats, that's what we were wearing. So you're telling us we got to leave the engine room, go down, change, and then come up, and we don't have that kind of time. So I actually wrote a letter to the captain and put it in the they had that little the box,
the CO suggestion box,
right? So and I wrote this big letter saying that we're the ones that keep this ship going, and you're telling us we can't, but all this stuff, and and he put over the intercom or whatever that he was suspended, like you you can go in there with overall. They got to be clean. You can't have anything, dropping up. They got to be this and that. But he talked to, I think it was Watts. Them like basically told them that that I came from me, and so he told Crawford told me, don't go over his head, come to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, and so that happened kind of a couple times. I would say stuff, and if I didn't get an answer right away, I would
put it in a sealed suggestion box.
go,
I think
right.
I remember you putting stuff. Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah, you putting a few things in there. That probably pissed them off.
I was kind of, and so I understand it. Like I'm a manager now, so I get it. Like it blindsides you. But so I think he didn't have a problem. He would come to me if he needed something. Me and Ando, were kind of, he would come to, if he needed something done, but I think he was ready to be done with me.
Oh man.
I mean, I honestly now I can't say I blame him. I understood it.
Oh man, we got somebody. We got a guess. Oh man, who that is?
It's not Crawford, is it?
Hey, what's up?
Just get ready to talk about you.
He brought me in a little too soon. I figured you'd be slapping something around up there. I've been listening. I was listening to that story, man. Starks, you would have loved it if you were sitting there. He nailed it. We were all sitting in that bar watching the Ohio State Purdue. Well, we were trying to find the Ohio State Purdue game, and the place that we went to didn't have it. And all of a sudden, Vaughn walks in, and he just stands at the end of the table, and he's just like looking at everybody. I'm looking at him like, does anybody else see this dude like staring at us? It's weird. Like, hey, how you doing, man? We thought there was a group of Marines that were celebrating, like they were doing the same thing we were. There was a group of Marines that were at the hotel that we were at, and I thought he was with them. And then he was like, "Oh, hey, Hutch," and he's like, "Huh?" Lugan Bill's like, "I ain't got what? I got nothing." Dude, it was hilarious.
On the table.
Oh gosh, nobody remember Vaughn. And like I was telling Hutch here, he actually got stationed on one of the ships I was transferring off.
Yeah,
he came on it. I'm like, man, dude, I'm sorry, man. I don't remember who the hell
I
you
feel
are.
bad for the dude.
It must be a superpower he has.
Yeah. Must be, man.
It wasn't that bad, but Hutch was a real asshole, and Luganbiel just didn't even know what the hell was going on. I don't know how he followed us to the other bars, because I'd have been like, yeah, F these guys.
Well, that's what he did. And then he came and was like, Bob was basically like, here, you take the picture because we don't give a shit about you. And then he apologized. I think he apologized to him afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I and it just dawned on me maybe a month ago, I think, to go, hey, maybe there might be a USS Kidd, maybe there might be a USS Kidd group. Let me see if there is. And then it was one. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. This thing's been here this long, and I haven't. And I just decided to search for it. And then that's when I finally saw all of y'all. I was like, God, you got to be kidding me, man. Then we said y'all met up. Boy, I was pissed. Oh man, I was pissed. I saw them pictures. I was like, God,
it was a good time.
Oh yeah, we had a blast. We had a bunch of people on the actual on the Facebook message, and we just kept going back trying to figure out what date it was, and then we finally just locked it down to like 5 or 6 of us. We're like, F everybody else if you're not gonna, we just decided to make the call and did it, and we said, hey, let's just go to. And Hutch was doing a really good job. He put together the Airbnb for us, and then they screwed you out of that, right, Hutch? And then I had to come, and then I went
like a week before.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But we hung out with Hurlburt was down. You forgot Beaulieu. Larry was with us too.
Larry,
you remember Beaulieu?
I forgot about somebody.
What? Who's that?
You remember Beaulieu, Starks? Larry.
I remember the name. I can't remember his face.
Yeah, Larry Ballou.
Okay, Ballou. Yeah. I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, Larry was with us too. Vaughn, Luganbeal, me, Hutch. It was fun, man. We had a really good time for sure. It was a blast.
Yeah, man. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. And like I said, it just dawned on me. Hey, put on USS Kidd, just search it out, And I saw the group, man. But yeah, gosh, I would have been there. I would have been there for real, And I like maybe a month or two before I was in there for one of my buddies' retirement. He retired,
Okay.
But yeah, you weren't there for when we had that. Was you here when Hutch when we wrestled and Hutch heard his, he was there, right?
I was there because I remember him not being on the ship, but he's like I remember Hutch. I heard you say that they said the records were at 96. But I remember that we used to do a bunch of dumb shit down in Birthing, man. There was all kinds of dumb shit down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I remember. I forgot. I remember we was all watching CCS, and y'all remember Wadley. Y'all remember Wadley? DC.
Yep.
DC.
Yeah.
DC.
Yeah. That's who we remember. We were trying to remember his name back then. Yeah.
We were trying to do that because we used to all do slap hat stuff. We'd be slap boxing each other's hats off.
Yeah. So we was in CCS on watch. You came in there and you was pissed about something. And then we started calling you a wanker. You got pissed. You was about to go in at Wally, and I think it was Chief Andrews on. He's like, oh, okay. He was like, oh shit.
There was always some of that kid, man. Me and him. I don't know what it was. Maybe short man syndrome or something, because he was like 6 foot taller than me.
Yeah. No, he was good. He was my spades partner. Like I got along with him because we played.
That's right.
We were good together in spades. But other than that, he was definitely a dickhead.
Oh yeah, well, he was a dickhead.
Oh man. Well, he was 6'5" and he drove that little fucking CRX car that was like, it was like a clown car, like a little midget car. And he was 6'5" and he'd crawl into that little ass thing, that little hatchback CRX.
I got a story. I remember me and him went out one time when we went out Virginia Beach, and we were coming back. We were driving back on 264 or whatever, and there was this it was a Camaro, two guys in a Camaro next to us, and he's flicking them off. I think they cut us off, or we cut them off, or something. And he's flicking them off, and he's this and that. So they were like, pull over, and so they pulled over. We pulled over, and we were in front of him, and they pulled over, and he was like, yeah, and so Wadley jumped. Remember, he was 6'5", but he was like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And so he jumps out. We jump out, and we start walking back. These two guys, they're literally from that 80s bodybuilders, like just completely jacked, like muscles coming out of their earlobes, like everything. And we were like, oh Jesus Christ, now what are we gonna do? Because we were already halfway to it, halfway to the car. So Wadley's like, what's up, guys? How you doing? Like makes friends with them, and they're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to turn around and go back, and I was like, you already got us into this. Like you got to come with me. If I'm gonna go there, get my ass kicked, you're getting yours too. Yeah, his mouth was a lot of trouble.
Hey Starks, God. I heard you say nowadays in this Navy you're on a 2-drink minimum in Liberty ports, man. We would all three of us would have been kicked out for sure.
Well, two drink maximum. 2-drink maximum. Right, that's it. I'm like, man, shoot, man. Back on a kid, jeez, he used to carry people back on the ship.
I know. I don't even remember why I hung out with Hutch, because he never drank. He was like a little bitch. He was like running around. He never wanted to drink and shit. Always crying.
You probably don't remember.
We gotta get back to the ship.
For my birthday. Do you remember going to Hooters for my birthday? Brian, we went to Hooters because he told the girls to that it was my birthday, and they made me stand up on the thing, and the fan hit my head.
Dude,
they made me stand up on the table, and because you tried to get me to drink something, and I wouldn't do it.
And he still left with like 5 of the Hooters chicks. This dude still got it. He's a weirdo. Everywhere we go, it's like a chick magnet for some reason. We were talking about that. We have some really good video actually of me and Hutch on our reunion doing the worm in the middle of this club.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There
we're
I
both
was
about
drunk.
almost 50 years old. We're doing the worm in the middle of this club.
I almost forgot
Hutch,
about
you know,
that.
I don't
The
remember why
worm.
we did that. Well, that was after we got done watching the Midget Kiss show. And
Yeah.
there was we caught the end of the Midget Kiss show.
Hey, you missed a lot, Stark.
Yeah, you missed a lot,
Oh
man.
man. Oh my gosh,
So
man.
that video, that video you took is funny. I think my wife pointed out to me. I was waiting to see if I was going to be on TMZ or something, because that video that you took of me doing the worm, there's a girl in the background who was videotaping it also.
Really?
So I was waiting. Yeah, I was waiting to see if I was going to go viral, but it never happened.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't. Well, mine had probably been on the America's Funniest Home Videos. I've been working on getting a little more loose than I was in that. Although, I'm more concerned about the staph infection we probably almost got from being on that floor where everybody was.
Yes. Yeah,
that's
my
pretty
knees
gross.
hurt for about 3 weeks after that. I had scabs on my knees
what? Where?
from doing the worm.
Oh,
I had scabs on my knees from doing the worm.
Yeah, we were doing the worm in this bar.
I don't know how that happened. I was wearing jeans.
Yeah, you were.
That
man,
a pretty hard worm.
it had it was all like an AstroTurf kind of floor too. Like they had grass. Yeah. It was like an AstroTurf grass, like an old-fashioned football field but it was concrete, sure concrete right on the bottom of it. But we talked to Luganbiel because Luganbiel said he was going to have us out to the lake this year. So, we'll add you to that chat, Stark, so you can be on the Facebook chat so you can meet up with us next time. I know, well, we have to, if Luganbiel watches this, we're all going to have to surprise him because he just bought a brand new pontoon boat. So I told him, I said, well, we're coming out there.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh man, sold. All right.
I already told him, I was like, it's on, man. Now you done did it. Now we're coming out there. We're gonna sink that bitch.
The problem is we have to do it soon because that dude is old. I mean, there's old and like we're old and he's old, so we got to do it soon before he's.
Dude, hey Hutch, tell him about after everybody left, and then me and you went to go watch football with Luganbiel. We stayed an extra day, and remember we drove all the way. I was hungover, dude. I was so hungover, and Hutch is following me on his motorcycle, and Luganbiel tells us what bar he's gonna be at. And we'd get up and we'd leave this hotel that we're at, and we drove what, Hutch, 20 miles out of the way? I think it was 20 miles we drove to this bar. And we got to this bar, Starks, and we walked in, and it was dark, and we're looking around, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Dude, it was so like we used to do on a Liberty Port, man. We walked around in, we were dumb, looking around, we're like, what? This ain't it. We looked around, and as soon as I did that, I go, son of a bitch, I bet you there's more than one of these things. And sure as hell, Hutch looks at me, and we were literally a half mile, like almost across the parking lot from where he was from the hotel, and we drove 20 miles out of the way. Oh man, I was so pissed.
Yeah, we went through. No, because I had dropped my bike off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You dropped the bike off.
And we because I'm like, why are we getting on the highway? Like I swore I thought we were close, but I was we're following your GPS.
Dude, I was.
We get there and we walk in, and I don't remember the name. Yeah, the name of the bar because whatever it was, Luganbiel, he's the one that told us what it was. And
yeah,
he was like, "I'm here," and we walk in. There's literally one person here, and I was like, "That's an old dude there, but I don't think it's him."
We're like, "Where are you at?" He's like, "I'm here." I'm like, "Oh no, Hutch, we screwed up." He's like, "I wonder why we got on the highway." I'm like, "Well, information that would have been good 20 minutes ago." No, it was a great time, but you should. Well, I'll add you to the message thread.
Yeah, add me that right there, man. Because I gotta come out to that. You say Herbert was there. I remember Herbert. Herbert was a trip too. I remember he was on watch down in Maine too, and I forgot he was doing the water wash. He was doing the water wash, and Chief Andrews was like, man, he motoring the engine, ain't nothing happening, So Chief Andrews say, hey man, go down there and see what he doing. So I go down there, and Herbert was like, man, I'm tired of his ass. I'm tired of his ass. So he grabs the 2JV and he doesn't know he got the button pressed down. And he said, "Oh, you bastard." So I go back up to CCS, and Chief Andrews was on the phone with the chain. Yeah. Can I hold the watch team over for 20 minutes? To talk to them about 2JV. I was like, damn, he heard that shit. He didn't know he had the button pressed, man. Well, I was like, boy, Herb was a trip, man.
Herbert had the best line in that. Well, on our little reunion, whatever, because Larry, Baloo, he would always complain because he was on Andrew's shit list, and Andrew's always had him mopping floors or doing anything but GSE stuff. Larry never did GSE stuff, and so we're talking, and Herbert says, "I didn't know you were a GSE."
Poor Larry, man. Poor Larry. Boy,
that was the best line of that whole weekend.
I just talked to him yesterday. I actually texted him yesterday. I talked to him yesterday. He's doing pretty good. He's down in Arizona. He just fell. He just fell recently and broke a couple ribs and stuff. So he's just getting back on the horse. So he's a good dude, man. I had to spend a lot of time. I got a lot of pictures with Herbert. I spent a lot of time with him for sure. And then Scotty and Tim, I spent a lot of time with them. The med cruise was awesome, but
yeah,
St. Croix, man. St. Croix, I thought I was getting kicked out, man. In St. Croix, that was bad. I tell my girlfriend I have a hard time drinking tequila now since that.
Oh, St. Croix. I remember St. Croix. Damn. I'm like, what? We did something there. I know we did something, but we did something bad every freaking day, I think. St. Croix. Yeah. Oh, man, that was awesome. St. Croix. Bob Luganbill. Yeah, Bob Luganbill up there, man. But when Bob Luganbill came on there, I remember he coming on the Kidd. He was a second class, and he's working in the engine. And then he said, I'm coming here. Then as soon as he got there, he made first class, and then he made chief,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, gosh, man, like I said, man, God, I wish I could come to that freaking reunion. But this is what I'm going to do, though. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it out. I'm going to make a date, see if everybody's straight. So I'm going to, Chief, I got Chief Lane James, I got dropped off. Hopefully come back. I got Chief Andrews, Luganbill. I got everybody. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something online so we all get together. We can just see, shoot the shit, talking and stuff.
Yeah, we can,
like an online reunion.
I think that and I don't know how much of this I should even talk about, but it sounds to me like Andrews and Bob are there's a little bit of bad blood there.
And it's like years and years ago, And Bob told me that too. He did tell me that too. Okay. And I'm like, gosh, dang, Bob. I'm like, God, I've been there almost
I'm
30
always
years.
up for some controversy, so we get them together. I'm good with that.
Yeah, the 30 years ago. And I brought him on when I was talking to Butler. And call him, and I was like, Woodchuck. And I've been looking for a chief because he actually pinned you remember Cicero? He pinned Cicero when Cicero made chief. And Cicero dropped off the map, can't find him. He ain't got no emails you can contact him with. I actually went to his house when I was in Virginia, but he fell off the freaking map. I don't got his phone number or anything. But I talked with Chief Andrew, and he said the same. I do not know, but I saw it when we was on the ship. Luganbill was first, and then Chief Andrews, and then Luganbill made, Chief, and then it was like, days. It's like, gosh, man. Yeah. But that should be interesting. But I like bring them all together. We all have a laugh, talk about old times.
So long ago.
Yeah. But I got I talked with Chief Lane James, retired Master Chief, and I'm gonna talk with him sometime again. But I'm like, I'm gonna send out a date, see if everybody can, come on, and I got enough space here. I think for like 10 people, so we can load on here and talk about the kid, man. Because the kid, I tell you, man, the kid's pretty much shaped me until the end of my till 24 years. It shaped me because I did everything. I remember everything off the kid. I was like, gosh, man, that's one ship. You know, if something was going hard or wrong when I was in the Navy, I always thought back to the kid. I was like, shoot, you remember when we went to that damn yard period? We was there working like damn near 24 hours a day. But I was like, that's crazy though, man. But what after you got out, what'd you do? What'd you get into?
So I got out and actually went to work at Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I was a technical manager at Chuck E. Cheese, and so I was in charge of. I fixed all the video games, and I don't know if you've been there. They have like the show where it's like the mouse and all they all characters.
My kids won't go there.
That thing was actually
that expensive pizza, that expensive nasty pizza.
Yes. It was actually that was actually pretty for that time. It was actually pretty wild because those characters on the stage were run by a industrial VCR with an air compressor. So they were run by air, but it was so you put in a VHS tape. This is dating us. You put in a VHS tape, and there's little signals on the tape that basically runs the movement of these characters. So yeah, I worked at Chuck E. Cheese for a couple of years, and I actually enjoyed it. It was 5 minutes from my house, decent pay. I was a manager. I kind of made my own hours and this and that, but everybody told me I needed to get a. Well, first everybody always asked if I was the rat, if I was the mouse, and so that got old. But everybody asked me if I was going to get an adult job.
Adult job. I'm like, if you're getting paid good, I figure that's an adult job.
Yeah, it was good. But so I got an adult job. I came to Amtrak, and I've been at Amtrak now for 20. I started at Amtrak as an electrician. Just working on the trains. I don't know where the high speed train set. And I've been there for 20. Actually, April will be 25 years there. But I started out as an electrician and then moved up and planner. So like I pick where we got 3 shops: New York, Boston, and DC. And so I pick which trains go to which shops for what maintenance.
Wow. Yeah,
what's cool is I do interviews too, and I just interviewed just literally last week, and looks like we're going to hire him as a GSE straight out of. He's just out of the Navy. And as soon as I saw it was a GSE, I was like, oh, this guy's going to be good. And he was. I mean, he was like all the interviews we've done. I mean, there's some idiots in this world that I've done interviews with, but this guy was, I was proud because he actually knew everything. He could answer all the questions that we get some wild answers for. He knew everything. So yeah, that was a proud moment for me.
GSC, that's great. And that's crazy, man, because the job I'm at now, the only one that really makes sense, I'm the supervisor on 3rd, and the only one that ever makes sense is the guy that was in the Navy. The guy that was in the Navy. Everybody else, regular civilian. The only guy that really made sense was the guy that was in the Navy. I'm like, and it's like common sense stuff, It's like it's not rocket science. I'm like, come on, man. Like, damn.
Hey, give me a second. Hold on. I got the dog making my phone.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, gotcha. I'm kind of moving in the car, so I wasn't sure if I was cutting out or not.
Oh no, I can hear you real good. And
That dude's a trip, man.
Yeah, man.
I love that kid. I spent a lot of time with him when I was on the ship too. Oh, he was one of my bunkmates. You know, he was, or no, actually, I don't think he was. I know Jake Hill. It was me, Jake Hill, Lugan Beal, Baloo, and Bueller. I know we're in my cube where we're our berthing.
Yeah. Engineer Berlin. Oh, Hill. Yeah, I remember Hill.
I actually lived with Hill and his wife for a little bit after I got out of the Navy in '95. When I got out, I went and stayed with him for a little while, and then I had a big. I just got out. I was looking for a job with him. He had gotten hired. Doing some GSE stuff too. He got hired at this big power plant, and I couldn't get in. Then I think my timing belt broke or something on my Mustang, man, and it would cost me a lot of money to fix that. So I stayed with it for a couple months, and then I went back up to Ohio.
Mm-hmm. So what you been up to now? What you up to now?
Well, now I've been in technology for over 25 years, you know. So I've been in IT. So I started in, wiring, cabling, help desk, and then project management, and then I ran my own IT firm for a little while. I do managed IT services, so helping clients understand their computer informations, their networks, their equipment, software, stuff like that. But I ran my own business for a little bit, and then was a sales engineer for Spectrum Enterprise, and now was at another large MSP company doing some stuff, and then actually got laid off, man. I don't know if I told you that, Hutch. I got laid off like right after we got back. I got back from our reunion. They laid me off, so I had been out of work since like October, and there's like a big layoff going on in the technology world, and I've seen a lot of people losing their jobs for no reason. But I just got hired a really great company called Technologies. They're fantastic. They do data center infrastructure management. So we take care of all routing and switching, servers, storage networking, devices. We do TPM stuff for them, and hands-on configuration and setups, rack and stacks, moves, and just monitoring and maintenance of that stuff. So it's a really awesome company. So I'm a sales engineer now, so I help guide clients on, I understand what their environments are and kind of help build like a roadmap, technology roadmap for them.
All right, man. Hey, goodness. You should be on MSNBC.
Well, yeah, I came a long way from waxing those P-ways, man. I was really good at that. It was shiny as
waxing
shit.
the P-ways, the oil lab,
shiny.
the oil lab.
Dude, the oil lab was the
Taking
best,
them.
Man. I love the oil lab. The oil lab was the best. I almost re-enlisted because I got oil labs duty, man. That was the best. Langjans was awesome to work for too. Langjans was such a good dude. I really enjoyed working with him.
Oh yeah.
And then me and Christian were in the oil lab all the time. So I've really been trying to look for Christian. I can't find him anywhere, man. I'm pretty good at that.
Same thing. I was trying to look for Cicero. I've been trying to track down Christian. I was on a Halliburton after I failed out of LCAC school. I was on a Halliburton, and me and Christian used to hang out all the time, but he like disappeared as well. Couldn't find him. But I'm hoping, they go online and be like, man, let me put in the kid, come on the group. I seen remember DCC Level came on there, just got on there. Y'all was down there. Y'all went to Gitmo. They don't do Gitmo no more. He's down there in Gitmo.
Christian, were you in Gitmo, Christian? You came on after.
I think I came on right after.
Yeah, you came on after. I actually checked on board in Gitmo. That's where I got on.
Did you come with Chief Andrews and Chief Lane James? Was that the time? We's going through that boiler casualty crap.
Yes.
Then the Chang, they basically fired the Chang because Chief Andrews went up there and told on them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a fun time. Actually, when we were in Gitmo, so Cicero was one of the first people to take me in. I think he was a GSM2, I think at that time. Yeah. But he's the first one who brought me like on the ship. I was brand freaking new, and he took me for a really awesome he took me for a really awesome like bike ride around Gitmo. I got great pictures of being outside at Gitmo and riding around with him. Remember the rats out there, man? Remember the rats in the creek out there? Holy moly.
Yeah.
Dude, they were stealing people's shit on the beach and stuff, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, that's cool, man. Damn, what I gotta do? Hey, Hutch, you married? You got any kids?
Yeah, married. I got three kids. So I got a stepdaughter. She's 28, and then two, 18-year-old and a 17-year-old. All girls.
All girls. All right. What about you, Waldorf? What about you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have 3 boys actually. I have a 26-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah, I started late. I got a 15 and a 15-year-old girl and a 13-year-old girl. So, by the time they leave the house, I'll probably be in a wheelchair.
Yeah, actually, I had a nightmare. I think maybe you might call it a dream, but that to me is a nightmare. I had a nightmare last night that my wife was pregnant. I could not go through that. I'm so glad to be done with that phase. I'm waiting. I got
HT1? Y'all remember HT1 Row? HT1 Row?
Oh, yeah.
Remember Row? Every time we used to pull in port, every time we used to pull in port, he used to be the first one in civilian clothes, and then he'd be yelling at people to clean the bird and shit,
Dude, he was so funny. That dude was hilarious.
Yeah. But I remember when he said he was about to retire, and then he was having a kid, and I was like, damn, you having a kid and you're about to retire and shit? You ain't gonna retire, buddy. And then the same shit happened to me. I got a damn kid when I'm about to retire and stuff. My kid was in diapers, and I thought about that, and I was like, gosh, I guess that's the curse of HT1 Row on me for me teasing him.
HT1 Row, holy moly. Well, hey Hutch, who was it that brought the cruise book? That was really helpful. We were going through a lot of the people that we couldn't remember. Was it Larry? I think Larry brought a cruise book.
Was it the cruise book with the shellback initiation?
No, I think it was it the one? I think there was some shellback initiation, but there was also the med cruise too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I came on like right after the. You guys went to Gitmo right after Panama, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought you guys came back from Panama, and that's where you came through Panama, and then you were in. I was in Gitmo for 2 weeks, so I know you guys were doing something in Gitmo.
Yeah,
I don't remember, but I was there for 2 weeks, and it was of course being brand new, I didn't do shit, except for hang out.
Yeah. Hang out, man. But yeah, that cruise book, I know I got it down there somewhere. The damn cruise book. I remember the picture. Y'all remember Roughneck. I think his name was Ian 3 Williams, big dude.
Yeah.
He was pulling he was in between somebody's leg. It was crazy picture. If you showed that picture today in the Navy, shit, it's like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? The CO and the XO would be flown off that shit that same day. They did some shit like that today. I mean, there's some crazy pictures. They have people in the damn, the damn, doing that crazy shit.
Yeah. So what do they do now for that?
Probably nothing.
Basically nothing. March you around.
They
beat you. They can't beat you with water hoses. Beat you with water hoses. Spray damn firemen on you at full blast.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do that. I was really upset I missed it.
Oh yeah, man.
I was next to when we were on the when we were on the stern. I was next to the CO. Remember he because he hadn't been through it. So I was next to him, so I was catching everything off of him. Like everybody was after him, and I was catching it. So, I mean, I got that hose nonstop.
And they was beating the hell out. I mean, they was beating the hell out you with the damn hoses and shit. I was like, God damn, that shit hurt.
When did you do that? After I left, and when did you do that?
I think that was before. That was before you even got there. I think that's before you got there.
It couldn't have been because
No.
I got on.
No,
I
we
got
did
on
it.
board.
Yeah, he was
Hutch.
there before me.
Okay. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
it was
But yeah,
actually
yeah, it was.
I have. Hang on.
Was it late '95? I got
I
out in
have
July. That would suck if I missed Shellback right before I came on
There you
and
go.
right after I left.
You see that?
Oh yeah.
What's the date on it,
I have
Hutch?
a-
What's the date on there?
Oh, see, this says August '96.
Okay, that's when after I left. That was another one you went through.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah, I
that's
was
what it is.
gone. I was gone.
All right.
Yeah, see, Hutch's head still ain't fixed right.
I told you.
Yeah, we was talking about that. It's like, damn, you don't even remember. Like I said, he came back on the ship after that incident with the hazing and shit. He got almost brains knocked out. He's like happy.
There's so much
He
stuff I
ain't
don't
remember
remember.
nothing. I'm like, you cool? He's like, yeah, everything's good. He was smiling and shit. I'm feeling like shit. Like total shit.
I mean, I'm
it's
glad
like
that y'all
nothing
felt bad because I don't remember. I honestly didn't remember. I didn't remember who it was until Vaughn brought it up.
The mystery sailor shows up.
Right.
But I do. I mean, since I do remember, because Cole was a loudmouth, and
Oh
he
yeah,
was a big. That was a big kid, though. I mean, he was a big kid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I remember he had just had the big bear paws, and I don't know what the hell. And you too. You know, Starks. I don't know if you remember this, but I used to follow you down. We used to go down to the gym to weightlifting.
Yeah.
I used to try. I
Yeah.
try to follow you around because you seemed like you knew what you were doing. The problem was, then I followed you upstairs into the mess deck, and you would get a loaf, like a loaf of bread,
Yeah.
and eat it. Do you remember that? Do you still do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You would literally
Yeah,
get a loaf of. Well, no, people get literally a loaf of bread and eat it. So I'm like, okay, well, that's how you do it. So I tried that. And my fat ass, like, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, man. I had to cut that out. When I got to like 200, I got to like 230 pounds. I'm like, damn, it sucks. I finally learned, like, damn, man, how people walk around with a gut. I'm like, this shit is uncomfortable.
Yeah, when you get older like that, man, that bread doesn't go away as fast as it used
Oh
to.
no, oh no, oh no, man. Oh no.
Yeah.
No,
That
it
shit
doesn't.
locks up.
Yeah, so I had to cut that out, man. Yeah, so it's like as soon as I eat me one piece of bread, man, I like, damn, man, I gained 5 pounds.
Yeah, it takes
I
you 2
gained that
months
just
to get
looking at it.
Yeah, like God dang, but yeah, I remember that eating all the ice. I used to, well, I'm a kid, man. I used to put it away on the kid. Good Lord.
Well, I was lucky because I served in the ward room whenever I had to do my cranking duties, so I got to eat all.
Yeah.
I
I remember you. I remember you was in the wardroom. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was a kiss ass.
It wasn't too fun whenever St. Croix came around, man, and I had to check back on board the ship, and I called the officer of the deck asshole piece of shit. And then I remember I couldn't even walk, and I'm embarrassed to say that now, but good times back then. But was it Slawbaugh or somebody was carrying me back to the ship?
Yeah.
And I headbutted him. Yep. He wouldn't drop me, and I couldn't walk, and my arm was like hanging, and I headbutted him, and he dropped me, and I almost fell on the pier. I almost fell off the pier, and then I cursed out the officer of the deck. They put a drunk mark on me. I got put on Class B Liberty as we crossed over the ocean for the 6-month med. I got put on Class B Liberty, which was hilarious because all my friends were second class, and anyways, second and first class. Anyways, you guys were a bad influence, man. I was like, no problem. I'll go out with Starks today. I'll go out with Luganville. Get all hopped up, make some bad decisions. So when I had to serve him the next morning with a black eye. And I'll never forget that. He was giving me a bunch of crap because I went off on him, and then I had a black eye the next morning. It was pretty dumb.
That's that old Navy out there for y'all newbies,
Yeah.
coming on there, cussing out the officer of the deck. Man, like I said, the day's Navy, shit, they had to process you out right there. You can get away with, you could get away with, like I was telling Hutch, if we had did that to him in the day's Navy, we'd have been gone that day. We'd have been off that shit that day. They gave us a good talking to.
Right.
I cannot remember the Chang's name to save my life. Who's the Chang with Ensign Watts? I can't remember that dude's name. He was a good guy.
I mean, Lang Jance was there.
Yeah, Lang Jance. I can't remember the Chang name. I know he was after Berkheimer. After Berkheimer left after Gitmo, but I cannot remember who that Chang, what his name was. Can't remember.
Have you tried to get found Watts? Where's Ensign Watts at now?
I remember Chief Andrews had said the last time he saw him, he was a lieutenant commander. That's the last time he saw him.
Man, really?
Yeah. Kristen named him he's the devil.
Dude, I would agree.
Goddamn devil. Y'all remember Chief Merck? You remember Chief Merck?
I don't.
The short time he was there. No, you don't remember that? But
no. I remember Master Chief Crawford. I thought he was awesome. He was a good dude.
Yeah, Master Chief Crawford. Damn, Chief Merck. Chief Merck was before Chief Andrews. And then we was going through the it's like a crazy yard period. I'm like, damn, man, it seemed like the kid would always go through this crazy ass yard periods. But we was going through a crazy yard period. And I'm gonna get this with Chief Langes because I really want to know what made Chief Merck go UA. He went UA, and I didn't even know the full story. But when I interviewed Chief Langes, I'm gonna ask him, like, okay, why did Chief Merck go UA?
Where did he go UA at? Was he in the stateside UA, or was it like?
Yeah, he was he was in the yards, and him and Ensign Watts had a disagreement, and then he didn't show up for quarters one day. And then they was doing the muster. They was like, well, what will we put for Chief Merck? Ensign Watts said, put him on liberty. He ain't come the next day. Yeah, put him on liberty. He ain't come the next day. It's like, put him on special lib. Special lib, 72 hours. He ain't come back for a week. Put him on leave. Asked him again. Ensign Watts was like, I don't know. He started going. But yeah, man, he came back on with the senior chief master at arms at the time. And then they actually told him, from what I understood, is what was told to me, is they said, hey, we go leave you on shore duty. I'm not going to give you a recommendation to retire. And they put him on, some TAD somewhere while we was going through this hella fine. We ain't had no GSMC, so Chief Lane James was it. And we went through this crazy ass inspection, the light off assessment. And then do you know this dude, while he was going through all this crap, he re-enlisted, got orders to another ship. And then when we was on the flight deck after, everything that happened, the damn inspection, and if somebody said, hey, there's Chief Merck on the pier, he looked up at us. He's like, hey, what's up, Chief Merck? He gave us the middle finger and kept walking. Oh, man. It's like, damn, the dude re-enlisted, man. But they thought they'd get one on Chief Merck. Chief Merck was a good guy, too. Real good guy.
I don't remember him. No, I don't remember him.
Yeah, he was there before you. Yeah. And then Chief Andrews, that's when Chief Andrews checked on board.
Yeah.
It was our DSMC.
How long have you been doing this podcast, Daryl?
Man, I think I've been doing it for maybe 6 months now. 6 months now. And I started out doing, Navy stuff, and then I was like, well, man, I would just interview every single person I serve with until till the end. I just want to find out about, every person I serve with, see what they doing, some people that did a whole career, some people, like Hutch got our first ship, what you've been up to.
Yeah, same here. I did 2 years, I did 2 years and got out.
I told my son, I was like, my son was like, man, who your hero? Who's your favorite hero? I was like, my favorite hero was Batman. But my favorite heroes in real life, my sailors, man, my homies. Those are my heroes, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. But
Well, you're
man,
doing a good thing, man. You're bringing a lot of good people together that haven't seen each other in a long time, may have been looking. And I tell you, if you get together with us the next time, we'll have a really good time, because we
oh
had
yeah,
a
man.
blast. It was like, I was talking to Hurlbert, and we were like, he was like, dude, this feels like we were back on the ship, and we got to go back and, we got to check back in here off of Liberty. And I'm like we never left, we were just having a good time. We went walking the beach and, just hanging out. Really cool.
We just got to do it before Bob dies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I went searching for before I went on the Kidd Facebook page. I went searching for Bob, and I found him. I'm like, that's Bob Luganville right there. So, but he doesn't have his Facebook set up, so you can message him. Because I'm not his friend. But I put down in like a number of his posts. I was like, dude, man, get in contact with me. Get in contact with me. I guess guys like us. Most of us don't even go on in like Cicero. Cicero, he got a page up there, but you can't get in contact with him.
I didn't get a page. I didn't look for it. I'll have to find it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it's been good talking to y'all, man. Christian, I've been trying to get in contact with Christian. I got in contact with Kemp. Remember Kemp?
Mm-hmm.
Kemp, yeah. Kemp, remember Kemp? I was like, man, you got to go on the Kidd page, man, and get on there. You see a whole bunch.
I was just on a Kidd page the other day, Daryl. You might want to look at it. It's got a list of all the people who were on the Kidd, and it starts out by like 1980s. When the ship was commissioned. Like it has a lot of names, like my name's on there, your name's on there, Hutch is on there. I saw a couple people that I went in with, and was able to find them on Facebook too, that I haven't seen in a long time. Christian wasn't there, but I mean his name's there, but no contact information. But if you want to like spark some memories, you go to that page. It's like a Kidd page. It's like Hall. What is it? Hall.com or something like that. Hall number.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Somebody else mentioned that to me. I gotta go check that out.
Yeah, if you do a Google search on like USS Kidd, Hall something, it'll come up. You click on it, and it has all the people's names and their rates, where they were from, and what year they were on the ship.
Oh, that's cool. I gotta go check that out, Dan. Because I've been trying to get in touch with just about everybody. But that Kidd page, yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta get. Like I was saying, I'm gonna put out a date out there, so see if everybody can come. I can support like I think 10 people online at the same time with video, and we do like a almost like a virtual get together, to talk. But any last words there, Hutchinson? Any shipmate shout outs you want to do? We do a shipmate shout out, shout out to whoever.
No, I want to show you guys this though. This is pretty cool.
Okay.
My mom gave me this thing probably about 20 years ago now. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
dude,
the Kidd?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where'd she get that from?
I don't know. She gave it to me as a present. It's got the 993 on it, and yeah.
Dude, I want that.
That's pretty
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Y'all know that rust bucket's still in service in Taiwan right now.
Yeah.
Is it? I thought they got rid of it. I heard that it was. I heard they crushed it up.
No, they reinforced her hull, and she is in the Taiwanese Navy serving right now. And I was like, I remember we was in condensate. We was doing all that preservation in condensate corner, and I remember Butler was in the corner needle gunning. And
how are we not dead from that crap?
Yeah.
Like that was the first thing that was given was a needle gun to go down in the bilges and
needle gunning.
I don't know how we're not dead from that. We didn't wear. Did we wear masks? I don't even.
No, hell no. We didn't wear masks.
Like, just sucking in paint and whatever the hell else was down there.
I know.
He's down in needle gunning. All his metal was flying out. And
Butler
said, "I'm gonna go down until I hit the outside." Needle gun. They had to pull him out the bilge. It was like, what are you not? And they actually had, when we went to the yards, they had to put reinforced metal on that side right there because he was going nuts. And he said he was going to the outside. He kept But yeah, that old rust bucket.
Wow, like I don't know how I don't have any hearing left. because it was, you're down in the bilge with that thing, right?
Yeah, I
just
get
sucking in all kinds of chemicals.
Sucking in all kinds of
Well,
chemicals.
there's like an
dust.
AFFF thing out now, so.
Right.
Yeah, who knows what else gonna come out? AFFF. I was like, AFFF. I'm like, oh my gosh,
I know.
this is getting crazy. I was like, God, I know them DC men on it left and right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but they got to get paid.
Yep.
Oh man.
So,
Anybody you want to shout out, Hutch?
No, I think I already talked to everybody, but
How about you there, Waldo? If anybody you want to shout out?
well, I mean, if he ever gets around and he finds it, I shout out to Christian. I certainly hope that we can link back up sometime soon. And, Barnes and Tillman and all those guys down.
Tillman.
Yeah, all the guys down in engineering, all you guys who made my time, they're awesome. Down in the engine room, it was really awesome serving with you guys. I don't think it would have been nearly as fun if it was with a bunch of different people, but you guys made it super fun for me and very memorable. And I appreciate you letting me come on and hop on Hutch's cast here, man. And just hi to everybody, and I hope we can all get together again soon.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we're gonna have to get up together. But like I said, I'm gonna send out a date, see if we can all come on. Like 10 of us can be on at the same time. And oh man, that should be some fun. It should be some real good fun, some real good stories, stuff I remember. Like I said, asked Chief Lane, hey yo, what's happening to Chief Merck, all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna write a list of stuff. I want to appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Hey, thanks for everybody that's watching. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching us. Hey guys, I really appreciate y'all for coming on. And again, it's like over. I added up. I subtracted 2024 from 1995, and it was just shy of 30 years. So it's been 30 years since we talked, with each other. So I'm looking to get up with y'all, when we have that get together. Trust me, I don't care what they say at work. I'm like, this day I won't be here.
Yeah,
this
right.
day I won't be here.
Well, I look forward to Thanks for having us. This is a great thing you're doing here, Daryl. And I'll add you to that Facebook. I'll add you to our Facebook chat so you can stay up to date on, because we got Scotty Klein. We got a bunch of other guys on there too. So I'll add you to that.
Okay, straight. Hey, thanks for coming on. All right. Again, everybody, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time here on Snipes Castle.
All right.